Hefty's the name, shiny hunting's my game. Gotta catch 'em all, nothing's ever the same. With my trusty football, I'm always on the screen. No shiny can escape, they all come to me. Shiny after shiny, it's never enough. I'm on a quest, and it can get rough. From Pallet Town to Johto and beyond, I'm the shiny hunter, the bond is strong. I've got 'em all, every shiny you can name. Kanto region, Johto region, I've conquered the game. Hefty is the king, the one who never quits. Caught him twice, now that's the real deal. No tricks. I conquered the game. Hefty's the king, the one who never quits. Caught him twice, now that's the real deal. No tricks.
Everybody, happy Sunday. Welcome on in. Hope you are all doing well. What's going on? Dragonic, Coles, Mermaid Mia, College Man Hassan. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. That's the real deal. No tricks. Those are for kids. Absolutely. I hope everyone's doing well. We're going to try and get a Raichu or two today. And yes, happy Community Day. And Coles, congratulations on the Bounce Suite. And Dragonic, happy congratulations on the Spinda. Happy congratulations is what I said, and I'm sticking by it. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you all had a great rest of your Saturday. Hope you're all ready to get them flabebes in Go today. And yeah, hope it's gonna be a good day. Hassan, let me know what your hot take is. You got me curious, man. What's your hot take of the day? Both Mega Raichus are kind of lame. Okay, that's a fair opinion. You're entitled to it. I think they both look decent. I think I definitely like the X more than the Y. You got a shiny Snivy. Congratulations, Dragonic. And me, you got a shiny Poltergeist for the first time. Very cool. Was that the regular one or the rare one? I can't remember what the terms are. Is it artisan and pedestrian? I can't remember. Mega Raichu X just Raichu with Pikachu colors, and Y is Raichu with or Pikachu with Raichu colors. Yeah, but Mega Raichu X also looks like an X, and it's like stands on its tails, and I like that. Oh no, it's fair. It's fair, Hassan. I definitely agree with the Y. The Y does look a lot like Pikachu. Um, your son knew that you catching the shiny was you catching the Pokemon for the first time. Wow, that is super new. Counterfeit, that's what it's called. Okay. Yeah, 5 new megas and 1 reveal. And I'm still a little salty that 3 of them are locked behind competitive ranked battling, but oh well. I'll get over it, I'm sure. I'll have a better idea once ZA comes out, or they do like a trailer on the competitive rank battles. I want to get an idea, because in order to get the Mega Stones for the Kalos starters, you need to rank up in the season. So I wanna get an idea of ranking up means like after like you win 1 battle and you rank up. Is it after 10 battles you can rank up? Is it based off the total number of people and the statistics across all the people that are participating? Um, Yeah, if it's like one or like one or two battles to get you up to the next rank, I'm good with that. Matthew Snyder, good morning. Callus starters are getting the shaft again. I know, right? Loops had a hilarious joke yesterday that took me way too long and too many explanations to get. But he said something to the effect of, "Good to see they're continuing the tradition of the Callus starters getting shafted," which is pretty much exactly what you just said. Uh, yeah, transferring being a one-way trip. I don't know why they're doing that. It doesn't make any sense to me. I've heard a lot of um, explanations already, but they're not explanations. Like I've heard, well, it's treating it as a different generation. Well, currently, home treats generations 8 and 9 as compatible, so that's not a legit thing. Some people say it's because of the abilities. Well, there weren't abilities in Legends Arceus. Some people say it's because of the battle mechanics. Well, it didn't affect Legends Arceus. So, yeah, there's not really any defense for it. Yeah, son, I don't know why either. That's crazy. And the funny thing is, unless I misspoke, no, Matthew, they made it extremely clear. I will read you verbatim what it says on the website. So this is something worth noting. I've seen people that have let people know about things like this via sending screenshots or forwarding posts from things like Cerebi or Central Leaks or whatever. Don't ever be afraid to actually go to the official announcements. Typically, that clears up a lot of questions. So I am literally on the Legends ZA website looking at news and then clicking on the article that's talking about Pokemon Home, and it says specifically Pokemon cannot be transferred from the Legends ZA to previous titles in the Pokemon game series. If you transfer a Pokemon from a previous title into ZA, you will no longer be able to transfer it to previous games in the Pokemon series. So it's very specific. If you transfer Pokemon from a previous game into ZA, it will never be able to go back into previous games. Shinies, good morning. Loops, what's up? Should be hunting on Legends Arceus because there are alphas in the game. Birdbell, you're absolutely right about that. And I'm kind of considering once we get the first Raichu here, maybe getting the second one in Legends Arceus. It's getting the reverse. Let's go. Exactly. Yeah, it can go back into home. It just can't go into any other games. Can you say a controversial take? I mean, it's never stopped you before, Shinies. Dino Boy, what's going on? Good to see you. Cloth and Zilla, what's up? I mean, it's not. It's also not any different from what it used to be. Like, for example, anyone that remembers the 3DS days, I know Matthew's been going through this personally. Like, if you had Pokemon from Gen 6 and you put them into Bank, and then you put them from Bank into Sun and Moon, you could never put them back into X and Y. It's the same thing. But I thought we were past this point. That was what was so exciting when they announced that there was a full interactivity between all the Gen 8 games and Scarlet and Violet. Your Pokemon home is a shiny Pokemon graveyard. You ain't moving Pokemon between games. Shinies, that ain't true at all. Um, I will concede part of your point. I'm never going to take a Pokemon, put it into another game, then take it out of that game and put it back into the. Well, no, I can't say that. Um, Dex completion is basically what I'm getting after. Dex completion, absolutely. Absolutely, Dex completion, moving Pokemon around through different games, totally. And Nathaniel, what's going on? Good to see you. You said it was controversial. I know you did, and I'm controversing with you. Trico, what's up? For the most part, yeah. Home is just where I keep all my shinies, but I also use home to transfer Pokemon between games for quick Dex completion when needed. Also, that sub count went up 2169. If that was you, please let me know so I can say thank you. Cloth, I saw a lot of people during the direct that were excited about that, but I've never even heard of it. Tell me about it. Well, you can move to and from home, so your Dex completion point for ZA is kind of sort of moot, right? Um, in a way, shinies, in a way. In a way, I don't like what it I don't like the precedent it sets for the future. It just feels like we're going backwards. Razzie, what's up? Good to see you. Mega Raichu, why it looks like a Pikachu? It sure does. I'll take you'll be able to move from ZA to future titles. It's just locking the ZA if you move into right side from home. Uh, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, Matthew. So like, what does the future hold? So like, um, so if I move something from ZA into a future game, is it forever locked in that game and not able to go back into ZA? I just think it's funny, like also on the page with the press release about home, as it's talking about how Pokemon can move into ZA and never come out, it has a picture of Alolan, Galarian, and Hisuian Pokemon in ZA. Silver Fox, good morning. Bonkers. It's bonkers sauce, Matthew. 2x2's coming out on Switch. Yeah, I don't know anything about those games. I gotta look into them. I'm most excited about the new Metroid Prime game, and I'm very happy it's coming out before Christmas. Still no shiny. Pokepuffs, welcome back. Still no shiny, but we're only just now at 650 checks on a 1 in 1365 hunt, so not too worried. We might get one today. How am I doing today? XYZ Wolf, I'm doing pretty good. How you doing? It's time for Pokemon Crossing. I mean, I'm definitely going to try it out. Like I said yesterday, I can't tell yet if it's going to be something I'm going to immediately become absolutely obsessed with, or if I'm going to play it for like an afternoon and never touch it again. But I'm definitely going to check it out. You're doing good. Glad to hear it. Still haven't watched the full direct? Well, what are you even doing, Matthew? Come on now. Slacking. Watched the trailer again and got really hyped. Nice. You could really tell I just wanted to make a Mega Pika. Yeah, Matthew, I was saying yesterday, like I was watching an HTV's stream on Friday, and like when they announced them, like that's immediately what him and like a whole bunch of other people thought. Were like, oh my god, they made Mega Pikachu. And thank you to the new subs. That's two new subs, like back to back. Thank you very much. Mega Chestnut's better than Mega Delphox, was better than Upside Down Greninja. I need to get a better look at the Greninja, honestly. I feel like of the three, that one we saw the least amount in the trailer. Dougie the dog, thank you for the luck and thank you for the sub. Shiny Sparkle always gets you. Me too, Mighty Munchkin. 5 Dangan games on Switch, and then 2x2 will be number 6. Well, 2x2 is 4. HTV cracks me up with the line delivery sometimes. He's a funny bloke. I don't know how it's possible to fumble Mega Greninja, but they did it, right? I gotta look. You know what? I'm gonna pull it up right now. I'm just gonna pull it up right now and get a better look at it. I said I would do that yesterday, and I didn't. Okay, so it really is just upside down Greninja. They really gave Greninja the Malamar treatment. I mean, the head is like a lighter blue, and the lower half of the body is like almost a black. So the coloring changed a little bit. But yeah, it's basically just an upside down Greninja. I love the Polyworld in the background. Thank you, Dougie. I do too. Tiffany, what's up? Good to see you. I do. Should I look at the article, Nick? That's what I'm doing. uh, oh, thank you for that, Nick. My goodness gracious. All right. What's up, Clopzilla? Ram Plush is cute. Thank you. I think so too. Tiffany, you have a shiny Metatite. That's awesome. Maybe you have to hold your Switch 2 upside down to Mega Evolve it every time. I could see that. Yeah, if you guys haven't liked the stream yet, I can't force you to, but you know I'd appreciate it. And thank you to the new sub. We're at 2172. We're already about to hit our sub goal for the day. Is it frozen? What frozen? The Umbreon plush? You have a Teddy Ursa plush named Sir Fluffkins. Very nice. That's a good name. Yes, Shinies, please tell me the entire story about the new fridge. Hold nothing back. Tell me everything. Don't leave out a single detail. Yeah, I noticed that too, Hassan. That's interesting. That not a single one of the, what, nine announced Mega Evolutions so far have had any sort of type changes. Also, Shinies, how does the camera look today? I made a change. I look more tan, thank you. Ask people to ask appliance brand to avoid purchasing the folks delivering and selling the appliances. That's true. Mega Flygon in the Mega Dimension. I hope we do finally get a Mega Flygon. If for no other reason than it's that people can finally stop saying, well, how come we don't have a Mega Flygon? Although Mega Flygon will not be a good Mega, and then everyone will complain, how come they gave Flygon a terrible Mega? Clocky, what's going on? Good to see you. A little deeper saturation than normal. Yeah, I put on a filter called something like movie film or something. They hate picking up appliances. This is true. Do I like the Pokemon TCG? I like looking at the cards. I don't like spending money on the cards. I do enjoy the TCG Pocket app game thing. And in fact, we open up cards. We open up packs of cards in TCG Pocket on every stream. Today, in fact, we're going to be opening up 7 packs. And cheese. You got your second shiny card in Secluded Springs. It's the one you already got. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that, Hassan. I've been pretty lucky with the shiny luck today. It's not frozen anymore. Oh, Dougie, was the stream frozen for you? Okay, so the fridge that came with your house was really, really bad. Like old, side by side, all shelves broken, just bad. Just you want a new different fridge. You're very anti-used appliances. Makes sense. I would be the same way. Yeah, 66 or 67 has 71 cards now. Nice. I'm missing 3. I need Jump Up EX, RAICHU EX, and of all things, Zangoose. I almost bought the Zangoose card with pack points today, and then I was like, as soon as I buy the Zangoose card, I'm going to get like 30 Zangoose cards. Okay, yeah, I'm with you so far, Shinies. Oh, nice cheese. Oh, I forgot you have no audio. Pick your poison, older appliance that doesn't match anything in your house, or new appliance that will break down in a few years. Yeah, that's true. I love the clock. Thank you. My dad actually made that on his 3D printer. So all the prizes are amazing. They have minor defects like a bumper dent or plans to eventually redo the whole kitchen. Why not get something serviceable for a few years? Yeah, why not? Sir Ralph, what's going on? Good to see you. And Sir Ralph coming in with the new like goal. Thank you very much. Thank you all for the likes. Let's see if we can hit 25. They have enough hourglasses to open up 10 packs. The bonus week event has been goaded. Yeah, I just finished that up last night. I just realized I had like 5 hours left to do 6 battles, so I knocked that out. I love auto battling. Find the fridge that you really like, but it's got a few dents and scratches that you don't like. So we say to the guy, we love this one. It's a little too dented for us. Okay. Turns out they just got another one of them that was literally near perfect. One small ding in the bottom right. So you got the fridge for 700 less than MSRP. You're very stoked. Congratulations, Shinies. That's awesome. I love it when things like that happen. Very cool. Good job. So true about the Zangoose, right? As soon as I spend those 70 pack points, I'm going to get like 30 Zangoose cards. You have a warehouse nearby where you can show up and auction off stuff like appliances, easier to sell it than to return it and sell it again. Yeah, true. Whoops. 10 pack luck has been consistently awful. I'm about half and half with the 10 pack luck. The statue glitch that goes along with auto battling. I haven't heard about that glitch, Mia. Tell me about it. Finn, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you to all of you that are hanging out with me. One of my top 10 favorite Pokemon. Top 10. Top 10 is crazy. That's tough. I can tell you my absolute top 1 is Poliwhirl. I'm also a big fan of Scizor. I'm a big fan of Bisharp. I'm a big fan of the Rowlet line. I'm about to get timed out because I'm using all caps, but double tap your mother loving screen so we can slam bash this like goal. Gifted memberships coming if we hit the like goal in 3 minutes. If only there's a way to identify favorites. I mean, top 10 though is crazy. Also, Nick, I know you don't hang out here that often, but we don't have a rule about caps. I'm not a little snowflake. Caps messages in all caps don't bother me. Were your Pokemon sets frozen no matter what you do, no matter how far out from it you ride? Oh! I was talking about auto battling in Pocket. I was talking about auto battling in Pocket. My bad. I thought, yeah, that in Scarlet and Violet, yes. There's this elimination site, but it takes so long. It's probably a pretty cool site, though. Feel like Andy Samberg and Parks and Rec. I just watched that episode last weekend, Shinies. And as much as I like Andy Samberg and as much as I like Parks and Rec, I felt like that was kind of like the laziest, most annoying joke maybe in the entire series. It's like, ha ha ha, he has a loud voice. Like, it didn't need to go on for half an hour. What would be a good way to identify my favorites? Well, my friend Shinies has a website called pokeranker.com. POKERANKR.com. Are you ready for me to make your favorite joke in the entire series? Sure. Also, Nick, I've been wanting to ask you for a while. Are if you register and start an account on PokeRanker.com and you pick a username, are usernames unique? Um, can more than one person have the same username, or is it just only one person can have that username? You got a God Pack when you first opened the EV Pack online. Nice, congratulations, Doug. I've gotten one God Pack, and you know what? This is the way my luck works. I got a God Pack well under odds, about halfway under odds, and within that God Pack, I had no immersives, no shinies, no gold cards, and I had a duplicate. So I was really lucky to get the God Pack, but then I had like the worst God Pack I could get. Andy Samberg completely made up. He just started screaming instead of speaking and wouldn't give it up. I mean, it doesn't make it my favorite, but it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I watched it last weekend. It's like, okay, ha ha ha. You don't realize how loud your voice is. It's good for like a 5-minute scene. For the entire half hour, it was a little too much. Can I give Shiny Chespin a lecture about getting the luxury ball? Hey, Chespin, stop faffing about and getting the luxury ball. Why is that God Pack situation not like the most hefty thing ever? Because it is. I got a dog pack, yeah. I mean, like, look, it was 4 out of the 5 cards are brand new to me, which was awesome. I mean, in fact, I still have a picture of it. 4 out of the 5 were brand new, and then the 5th card was a duplicate of one of the 4. Here was my God Pack. So I got the full art Buzzwole, I got the Rainbow Tapu Koko, I got the other full art Alolan Doug Trio, and then I got 2 Rainbow Guzzlords. So I'm happy about that. It was neat to get one, and they were brand new cards, but then I got 2 of the Guzzlords. Still no shiny Psyduck for you. You're not gonna get it. You're gonna get it, Slowpoke. Don't give up. He didn't listen. That Chespin's a stink butt. You've only ever gotten 2 God packs. Only. You have opened quite a lot of packs though, Mia. You finally got in? Good. Remember when Ron threw away his computer? I do, James. And the lunchtime mark too? Nice. You're so uninterested in this community. This one's going to be a little bit of a grind for me, John. I'm already feeling it. And I was talking about yesterday. I don't know if it's because I have some PTSD from shiny hunting all the Flabebe line, Flabebe, Floette, Florges, in all the different colors. But um, it might be a little bit of PTSD from that, but I'm not really looking forward to this community day. I'm also a little salty. I like paradoxically, I'm not looking forward to it because it's gonna be so much. I'm also upset that I'm not gonna be able to do the red and the blue. German Aviator, what's going on? Good to see you. Got all them Scarlet Violets while you're not too interested. Yeah, between Scarlet and Violet and Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, I was able to get all the lines. And you have all the full baby shiny in every color flower in Scarlet. Nice. I do have a question because in order to evolve Floette into Florges normally, you have to. What is it? I know it's something about being a buddy. Here, Floette. Yeah, you have to earn 20 hearts with your buddy. In order to evolve Floette into Florges, you have to earn 20 hearts with your buddy. I know we got some people here that are already doing or already did do um, the Community Day. What is the requirement for Community Day? Pain Split sounds like a ridiculous move in Pokemon. Yeah, that's where it averages out the HP, right? Chem Nation, good morning. Seven hearts. Okay. No longer likes the term Community Day. What do they call it now? Even prior to Community Day, you have a number of shiny Floette to evolve. I have a shiny blue Flabebe. A flab. I have one shiny blue Flabebe. That's it. Aaron, what's going on? Good to see you. It's a good God pack. Yours had immersive rare, and that's the only good thing because everything else was baby shinies and a one rainbow border card. You know what though? You know what though? I guess it's always like, grass is greener on the other side, right, Dougie? Because that might not be a good pack to you. I love getting shinies, so getting the shiny babies, I would have been really happy about. Yeah, Flablele is the regional form. Flablele. Exactly. Hey there, Shiny Cornholio. What's crack-a-lackin'? The kids still say that? Crack-a-lackin'? Razzie? Matthew, Community Day is flowers in your region plus white and orange. They say skibidi. Skibidi. I had someone make an offer in your house on Friday, then someone else on Saturday. Pictures never even went up. Going to see the one that we want tomorrow. Kieran, that is so exciting and nerve-wracking and terrifying and awesome. Does not work for field research Psyduck. Thank you for doing the research, Matthew. Farfetch is great for card decks in the online TCG, is it? They say, "What's up, my Sigma?" Do they really? I'm glad we're keeping the Greek alphabet alive. I'm glad children are continuing to learn that. It seems like all kids talk about is Greek alphabet letters. Alphas, sigmas, betas. It's important to keep that history alive. Omegas, Omicrons. Kappas. Thank you to the new sub. If that was you, just let me know so I can say thank you. Evolve into Floette first before giving a heart so they won't count. That's a good tip there, Slowpoke. Thank you. 500, Matthew? You tried 500 times? You're a madman. Madman Matthew right here. Zeta. Oopsilon. Do I like Sword or Shield more? Great question. Obviously, I own both games. I've played both games. Every generation, I pick up both games, and then one of them becomes like my main. For this gen, Shield was my main, and it was mostly because of the Ponyta. One on Saturday is a first-time buyer. She was really nice. We decided to accept her offer and are willing to leave a lot of the furniture to help her start up. That's so sweet, Kieran. You're good people. You and Mrs. Kieran are good people. Well, more Mrs. Kieran is a good person, and you are learning from her. I'd say 6-7 every day, everywhere, and at every time. You know what's funny, Dougie? I had never heard about the 6-7 until what was it, Nick? Was it Friday? I almost just started dropping emotes in the chat. Slowpoke, welcome back to the Poliwag party. Let's get some hype in the chat. I had never heard about the 6-7 thing until Friday, and I had to look it up and see what it was all about. And I learned what it's about, and I still don't get it. What's going on, Johto Jerry? But that's okay. I'm too old to get that stuff. I'm at that point where I am completely comfortable being the man that says, I'm old. I don't get it. I've reached that period of enlightenment. The era of the notorious basement dwellers and their slang terms. Yes. Kieran the Best didn't get hardly anything with your first home, not even curtain rods, washer, dryer, fridge, etc. What the heck? I'm glad in the house that I bought a few years ago, the one that I'm in right now, the previous owner offered to leave the washer and dryer, and I had my own washer and dryer, but I'm glad that he did because oops, because the washer and dryer hookup, or specifically the dryer hookup here, is based off of gas heat, whereas my old dryer was not. So that was very helpful. Ponyta's great. Yeah, it's a great Pokemon. I like it a lot. No. I can't do two loads of laundry at the same time. I didn't keep two sets. I did get rid of his dryer or his washer and kept his dryer. Because my washer was better. I should say my washer was newer. I don't want to say better. I don't want to get into like a washer contest. Plus, it was my washer, so like, I was already familiar with how to use it. I hardly know her contest, right? I'm gonna try and sleep in today, but the kids woke you up too early. Oh my goodness gracious, Johto Jerry. I'm so sorry to hear that. And Dragonic, thank you for the light goal. Again, I can't talk. That's becoming a normal thing for me now, is not being able to talk. Also, I'm seeing on the poll, 46% of you are saying go home and get your shine box. So yeah, I think the theory from yesterday is correct. People are more likely to just click on the first option in the poll just to get it off their screen than to actually pay attention and pick the one that is correct for them. Razzie gifted a membership and Steph snagging it up. Thank you so much, Razzie. Let's get some hype in the chat. You just clicked an answer to get past the poll. Didn't even look. Exactly. That was the theory posited yesterday, and it seems to be true. Good morning, Amber. Yeah, I don't blame you, Dougie. Like I said, I looked it up. I understand what it means now, and I still don't get it. Tyler Shanks, what's going on? I'm doing well, thank you. Glad you are too. Enjoy the grounded Tears of the Kingdom Pokemon Legends Arceus, Pokemon Scarlet, Pokemon Violet, Breath of the Wild, Xenoblade 3, 2, and X Definitive Edition. You got a great Sunday in store for you. Heard of a contest for the best necktie, and it was a tie. Oh my gosh. Dragonic, what are you doing to me? Yeah, Jerry's kids are very hairy. It's kind of a condition. Um, Doctors say like they can do something about it, but there are some risks, so it's best just to kind of like let it go and live with it. Uh, but Jerry and his wife do spend a lot on razors every week. Dad joke of the day, love it. You only voted top option to support Tyler. So excited for Pokemon Legends EA. So am I, Doug. So am I. Can't believe it's only a month away. Do you guys think we're gonna get any more megas announced between now and then? Or do you think they were done? Do you think the 5-in-1 stream or 5-in-1 direct was like the swan song? Is that like the finale? It would be kind of weird. Um, Now that I'm thinking about it, and I could be completely wrong, but it would kind of make sense. It would be kind of weird if they announced 2 megas from the DLC and then went back and announced more megas from the main game. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness gracious, everyone. We have a celebrity in the chat right now. It is the wonderful, the amazing, the always kind, always sweet, always hilarious in the arms of Rain. Good morning. Hope you're doing well, Rain. I don't know. The Jurassic Park trailer said it was the final trailer. That's true. It did. Raz, do you think we get one more launch trailer with 4 more? Holy smokes. 3 more weeks to get to crack a Bandit Skulls on Switch 2 with Borderlands 4. I've never played any of the Borderlands games. How often do I stream on YouTube? Great question. I try and stream every Saturday and Sunday at this time. Occasionally when there's like, because I have a full-time job, I work Monday to Friday. So like occasionally, like if there's like holidays, like in the United States last week or 2 weeks ago, we had Labor Day. So I streamed Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So yeah, I try and do every Saturday and Sunday, and then occasionally there's other streams as well. Now that we're getting into like ZA days, there might be additional streams coming up in the future as well. Maybe I'll try and add back in another like weekday stream in the evening, but I'm not making any promises on that. You want to choose your character based on people streaming it for the other consoles? Oh, you're waiting to choose your character. Gotcha. I don't know why I said I don't know why I read willing. This crazy ZA days, they're coming. Waiting for Indigenous Peoples Day in October. You might be in Osaka to celebrate it there. Oh, that'd be cool. Weekday streams would be awesome. They would be. I just have to like have the energy after work to do it. It's so easy after work to get home and like lie on the couch and just say, I don't care about anything outside of this couch and this television. So nice. That was your 90 to 99? Are the right idea for after work activities? Yeah. You're already nostalgic for Legends EA. Stop, Slowpoke. Knock that off. Couch TV, no responsibility. That is what I strive for. You want to donate, but you can't because you live in South Africa. No worries, Dougie. You don't have to. You don't have to donate. Just hanging out is good enough. That's so Ohio 6-7. Razzie, take your word for it. You have to pre-order the DLC for ZA. I don't know. I'll eventually do it. I know like the pre-order gift is some like in-game outfit, which I'm not too concerned about. If I get the other DLC pre-order for the rest of your Switch titles, there you go. I need those 100 Pokeballs. No. Until I can customize my character the way I want to customize my character, I don't care about any other customization. Borderlands 4 went from 70 to 150 for physical copy Super Deluxe Edition. That's wild. If possible, could you show me your favorite thing on my shelf? Yes, I can. I just gotta figure out what it is first, though. I'm going to show you a top three. Count Your Blessings, the base game is $89.99 here in Canada. Oh my goodness. Actually, I'm going to show you a top five. Polyworld Lightbox, I can't really bring it over because it's plugged in. This Burger King Gold Card Poliwhirl that Mr. John Streckert in the chat got me. This 3D printed Premier Ball that my dad made. Also made the Hisuian Pokeball and regular Pokeball as well. This plaque that my friend Shiny's sent me for my birthday last year. Or no, it was Christmas last year. Or maybe it was just for whatever last year. In recognition of Hefty for completing the Shiny Living Dex July 28th, 2024. And I'm going to double dip. For my birthday last year, this was for the birthday last year, Shinies made me a pop. So that's a pop of me wearing a hat like I do, reading a comic book and holding a video game controller, wearing shorts and, shoes like I do from time to time. But everything here is really cool stuff, and almost all of it was stuff that people have sent to me, and I love it all. And that's why it's here. Also have a lot of great stuff that my friend Big Cheese Thrifts has sent to me, including the Lego Pokeball right here. And he sent me, you can't see it, but it's kind of in the back right here, is a Minecraft polar bear. Main character of Duo Crossing confirmed. Could you imagine? Yeah, and that's Ho-Oh. Also 3D printed by my dad. It's a little fragile though. My dad also did the Charizard. You have an actual Shiny Charm keychain you got off of Temu? That's cool. I'd like to get a Shiny Charm keychain. I don't have one. That'd be pretty neat, I think. Yeah, and I think this Christmas we'll be doing the same thing we did last year, where Hefty Dad and I made a handful of Pokemon themed gifts, and we had a little giveaway on the channel. People would enter to be part of the giveaway. We'd do some wheel spins, and winners would get 3D printed Pokemon stuff mailed to them. I think we're gonna do it again this year. My dad's pretty nifty. Thanks. I think so too. I'm gonna hold on to him. We had a big, big group of people hanging out here for a while, and then it took a huge dip. Hoping it picks back up a little bit. My dad's super cool. I'll let him know you said that, Kieran. JJ, you were out sleeping last night so much. Your dreams. You were doing high jumps over 20 feet fences. That's crazy. I wish I could do high jumps over 20-foot fences. Good morning, JJ. Thank you, Mia. I think my parents are nice too. I lucked out. Sometimes you wonder where the niceness went. That reminds me when they still had the house viewing, you made sure your mama was still there when they left. Oh yeah. I mean I'd be locking that up if I were you, Kieran. Menti met for a while. He was in here a few weeks ago. Yeah, he doesn't get to pop in as often nowadays, but yeah, he's I would say he still pops in at least like once a month. I'm trying to remember what it was a few weeks ago. It might have been the Torchic he was here for. What's on my shelf in the back? The one without Zard. This shelf here. I'm talking about this one. This is some Batman stuff. Along with Pokemon, I'm a big comic book fan, and over the past year, I've really gotten more into Batman than I ever have in the past. I finally said, you know what? I want to start reading all these Batman comics I've been hearing about all these years. So I actually signed up for a subscription service, and every month they send me collections of Batman comics. You saw Captain Kirk taking a lurk. Kirk's a good guy. Couldn't find your Switch after one of them. Turns out the missus put it in a drawer. Your heart sunk for the longest time. For the longest time, how long were you sitting on that, Kieran, before she said something or before you asked her about it? How long were you sitting there sullen? Batman has phenomenal lore. It's true. Very true. Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm finally getting a chance to read a lot of these comics that I've always heard about but never sat down and read. I'm very excited because I think next week my September package will arrive, and one of the three books is called Nightfall Prelude. And then next month, the three books in the package are Nightfall Part 1, Nightfall Part 2, Nightfall Part 3. I'm finally going to be able to read Nightfall, which is a classic story from 92, maybe 93. Introduction of Bane. Bane breaks Batman's back, releases all the villains from Arkham, yada yada yada. Everything you know about Bane came from Nightfall, basically. So I'm excited to finally sit down and read that. Oh, do you mean your Game Boy thing? It's in the drawer. Are you serious, Kieran? That's like a grandma thing to say, not a wife that I'm assuming is the same age. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Mia. I respect and I appreciate Superman for what he represents, but I've never really enjoyed reading Batman comics. I think he works better for me personally as an archetype than an actual character to follow. She's not a gamer in any way, but still, Kieran, shouldn't she take an interest in your interest? Isn't that how marriage works? How's the shiny chance? Shiny chance is 1 in 1365 on each one of these. So we're still about 550, 560 checks under odds. But since we're dual hunting this, we're going through the encounters pretty quickly. We might even hit odds today. Dougie, you got to take off. Thanks for being here. So why you're afraid of commitment, right? We compromise. I take interest in her interest. She eye rolls at mine. That is a good compromise. That is. Yesterday in Poke saw a rainbow and it was beautiful. Nice. I never enjoyed reading Superman or Batman because I said Did I say Batman? I meant Superman. I've never really enjoyed reading Superman. I've tried quite a few times, and I've given it its due respect. I'm not. I can't do it. I just don't find it that interesting. I find the characters around him more interesting. Are you planning on making your own little den in the new house? So excited. Kieran, are you going to send me pictures if you get it? So I can give you unsolicited advice? Awesome. So Shiny Raichu is like Raichu with a tan, right? That's what we're looking at here is basically it's Raichu after a trip to Sandals, Jamaica. Movie wise, they keep having reboot Superman 2 and not like in a good way, like an Ang Lee Hulk way. I still gotta watch Superman. I do want to see that. I'm sure it's gonna be on HBO Max here in the next couple weeks. Um, I do want to see that. Gen 3 is so nostalgic, made it to Mauville and really been enjoying it. Good job, Jerry. I'm proud of you. BSP, there's a spin outbreak, and you got one in nest ball and you're egg hunting it. Very cool, Dragonic. Now I know Cole's finally got his shiny bounce suite that he was looking for, which is awesome. If all goes well, we hope to be moved into the new place before Christmas. Oh man, yeah, moving into a new home in winter. Your friends are gonna love you. Right? She looks like got a nice tan. Sure does. Yeah, Jerry. When will you stream again? Played Sapphire to completion in December during Kim collecting all the shiny Swablu forms. Nice. Keep trying to plan things with these school projects keep killing you. Might have to just be during the breaks until you graduate. That's fair. That's fair. I say it in loving jest. Obviously, there's more important things for you to do. I think Slowpoke's pretty serious about it. He's upset, but I say it with some gentle teasing. Literally feel your heart booting back to alert mode after you jump to the jumping over 50-foot, 20-foot fences. Yeah, that's crazy. I can't even jump over a 2-foot fence. That's right. Chi Yu this Thursday. And in what, 12 days, I'll be heading over to GameStop to get the cards for Shiny Miraidon and Koraidon. And I'm going to see how many I can grab. Subconscious getting them rust gains last night. That's right, them rust gains. Imagine if it worked that way. Imagine if you worked out in a dream and like it would like apply to your real body. That'd be pretty sweet. Yeah, Kieran, they are not going to be available in Europe for some reason. For some reason, the Pokemon Company hates Europe. I don't know why. I think Europe is fine. I know a lot of people from Europe. Some of them are even cool. But yeah, the entire world other than Europe is getting them. But Kieran, don't worry. We got a lot of people in the community that are going to try and grab multiple cards. So, you should be covered. What do you have to do to get said code cards for said shiny? Go into GameStop and say, hi, I am here to get one of the Pokemon game cards. And they're going to say, here you go, here's one game card. You're going to say, oh, actually, I have both games. So can I get a second game card so that I can get both Koraidon and Miraidon? And they should say, okay, yeah, sure, here you go. And then, depending on the conversation you have with the particular employee, and depending on how good you are at the art of negotiation, you might even be able to say something like, hey, also, I got a bunch of other friends. Um, Unfortunately, where they live, they're not anywhere near a GameStop. Would it be cool if I grabbed a couple for them as well and give them a code? And, basically, I would imagine that 80% of the employees at GameStop are going to be like, yeah, whatever, dude, I don't care. You might get some trouble if you're talking to like the manager or something. And I don't mean trouble like trouble. I mean, it might be a little difficult to get extra cards if it's like the manager or something. You have to bring your Switch to your Pokemon home? Nope. No, sir. Yeah, this is the same way they did the Zacian, Zamazenta, and Eternatus during the Sword and Shield days. And yeah, I just went there and just, grabbed, I mean, I don't want to say like a stack, but, it was before I was streaming. I think at the time I was like, hey, I have a buddy that plays and my friend's son plays. Can I grab cards for them as well? So technically, it's no purchase necessary. You can just walk into the store and just ask for the card, and they're supposed to give it to you. If you're like me, I unnecessarily feel a little bit awkward and bad about that, going in there without any intent to purchase anything and just say, give me something for free, which you're totally allowed to do. Again, it's no purchase necessary. But I am going to time it that I'm going to go there to pre-order Legends ZA, and while I'm there, grab some cards. So if that something like that, if that helps you have like the confidence to ask for the cards, you can certainly do that too. You heard different things, you don't know what to believe? Unless things have changed drastically, Dragonic, you should just be able to go in and say, hi, can I get a card? Can't wait for you to pick up the cards and leave without them. Kieran, I was going to get you cards. Now I'm second guessing it. I'm rethinking that. So wait a bit to see if any of the GameStops around you are doing the midnight release. I gotta check see if mine is. Because I just saw last week that officially GameStop is doing midnight release, and the bonus for picking up the game at midnight release is a tote bag. I just got to find out if my GameStop is doing that. You made the best knuckle sandwiches. I believe it's Slowpoke. You beat Hollow Knight last night. Not the new one. It's so good. Looked at the achievements and they look impossible though. Oh yeah, I've seen some of those achievements. It's crazy. Time you went to GameStop and you saw Pokemon Ultra Moon on the shelf and went, oh neat, I didn't know that was out already. And then you reached for it and the employee said it was a prop. You never returned to that GameStop. How dare they, Ari? That's good, JJ. I'm glad you got some good sleep last night. One card per person and randomly opposite of your cover Pokemon? No, that's not going to be it. Think about this logically. Think about it logically. Why would they give you a card? No. No. Let's look at, okay, I'm going to pull up the website. Again, this is something that I recommend people do when they have questions about things. Let's see, is it even on the GameStop website yet? Stop. All right, this is from the Pokemon website. The code will let you receive a shiny Koraidon in Pokemon Violet or a shiny Miraidon in Pokemon Scarlet, but only one of these two Pokemon can be received per code. Shiny Koraidon, Miraidon are cool enough, but don't forget these two powerful Pokemon are often used in competitive battles and terror raid battles, and you won't want to miss any of them to your team. So, it also says below, there's no purchase required for this promotion, but the offer is only available while supplies last, so don't delay. Head over to GameStop or EB Games to get it. So they give you a card that has a code. That code, dependent on which game you put that code into, will give you either Shiny Koraidon or Miraidon. That's why I'm saying there should be no problem saying, hey, I own both games. Can I get two cards? There may be conflicting reports. I'm just reading what the Pokemon website says. And even if Chicago GameStop's doing one card per person, here's how you get around that. Go in, get your one card, leave. Come back a little bit later, get a second card. I mean, this isn't... It's not like this is a brand new thing. GameStop shiny Pokemon giveaways have been a thing for generations. I don't know why... I don't know why when something like this happens, like the whole internet seems to act like it's the first time it's ever happened. Top game, 864 will shine. I hope you're right, Mr. Who. You're going to ask Shan to get you the cards because they don't have GameStop there? Nice. Also, guys, you got to understand, like, there might be an official, like, cover your butt rule of one card per person. That doesn't mean they won't give you more cards if you ask for them. They just don't want it to be like people can come in and grab like 100. That's what I was saying at the beginning. It all depends on the employee you talk to. Mighty Munchkin, we still have quite a few likes to get before we hit our current like goal, but thank you. Wish you had a GameStop near you. You're in a tiny village in Alaska. I didn't know that, Mr. Who. That's kind of neat. Do you like it there, despite not having a GameStop? I think the box legendary shinies for the last, I think, at least 3 generations have been GameStop giveaways. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure in Gen 7 there was a GameStop giveaway, Lunala and Solgaleo. It's while I wasn't playing. I didn't get those, but I'm pretty sure that happened. All right, Razzie says I'm correct. Man, it's always a good feeling. It's always a good feeling when Razzie says that I'm correct. You don't know how to feel? Haven't left your village before? Well, I think that's pretty neat, Mr. Who. And was there one for the Gen 6 ones? Is that how the original shiny Xerneas and Yveltal got distributed? Connect and collect is so convenient. You love it. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that I like GameStop giveaways. I'm just saying it's been a thing for generations. I'd prefer to be able to get them on my own, absolutely, but I wasn't surprised at all when they announced it. I was expecting it. Heck, I remember back in the day, Razzie might remember this. I remember back in the day having to actually take my Game Boy Advance to Toys R Us to stand within like 5 feet of the machine that Mystery gifted you a mythical. Remember when we started going online, interacting with Europeans, and hearing them refer to small towns as villages was an adjustment? I bet. Fights broke out over Mew, right? They were talking about collection of mud huts. Oh, come on, Ari. That's funny. Think village, you think Minecraft or like Clash of Clans? That's why? When I think village, I think people. Remember those days I'd have to walk a few miles after middle school to grab some of the events for Diamond and Pearl, right? You're like 11. All right, that's acceptable. 11 years old is acceptable. Wow, it's already 10:13 where I live. Ari, it's already 8:13. The Eon Ticket Street Pass for Oris, every event should be that? Yes, that was a good one. Amen, Razzie. That was a good one. More in the middle of Alaska, surrounded by rivers and tundra. Okay. I've never been to Alaska. I'd like to visit sometime. Village and people make you think of the wrong directions old guy from Homeland 2. Oh, you mean Donald Trump? Because he likes that song YMCA? Maybe you're cityboy.tm, but your perception of what a village is has always been historically inaccurate. Well, I think at one point, Twilight, it was historically accurate. The problem is that it hasn't been historically accurate for like 5,000 years. I didn't know you were a city boy. Distribution cards for the GameStop events are so expensive though. Some are like $800. Isn't that crazy? Just finished grinding a spot that everyone went to go play Pogo at in 2016. That's wild. Back in those days. Everyone just out walking about. Back to shiny hunting Jumbo. Shiny Numal spin took a while to get. Good luck on the Jumbo shiny Numal. That would be a good one to get Jumbo. Hey Razzie, are you still lurking? Still here to clean up your mud hut? It's about time, Kieran. Your mud hut's been very dirty. Razzie, would you be able to talk to me off stream sometime this week about setting up a Shalfa Raichu hunt? Finally freezing up there. Can't wait until we get a couple months of dark. That's another crazy thing. To imagine like having like months of darkness or months of sun is just a wild thought. Yes, sir. It can be reset too. Nice, nice. That was my biggest question. You did your Raichu hut by resetting. Good. Is the one in Crimson Mirelands on top of the like cliff? Is that the one that you reset? Get an MMO there and you're good. Gotcha. Okay. Well then I guess we don't have to talk later. Sun doesn't go away in the summertime. That's so crazy to me. I mean, I'm sure that seems completely standard to you because you're from there, but to me that just seems like such a foreign concept. Talk to you anyway? Okay, I'll talk to you anyway. 5 soft resets? That's crazy, Dragonic. You're so lucky that time. In summertime, you ride, skip your snowmobiles on the river. Oh, that's cool. As a future vampire, Month of Sun sounds like a nightmare. Isn't there like a whole movie about that? 40 Days of Night? Don't know if you want to transfer an Alpha Shiny to ZA, knowing it's irreversible. I don't know. I mean, it's a good point, Mia, but I'm not I'm not a huge Alpha guy to begin with. Um, the only reason I did Alpha hunts for some of these megas was it 30 days a night? What am I thinking of? 40 days. There's a movie with 40 days in the name. Um, the only reason I did Shalfa hunts for some of these megas was to keep people like Razzie and Amber from yelling at me. That movie was about abstinence. But what was it called? Was it just called 40 Days? Because I know what movie you're talking about, Razzie. And I think that's the movie I was thinking of. Was it just called 40 Days? 40 Days and 40 Nights. That's what it was. Okay. Yep. Yep. That's right. It's ironic that a movie about abstinence was called something that typically referred to a giant flood. 104 days of summer vacation. School comes around just to end it. LMAO, that's funny, hefty. It is. Comedy Central every single day in the early 2000s. It really was. What was that? Josh Hartnett? And there's 500 Days of Summer. That was a good one. A lot of people leave Alaska for the East Coast, typically Oregon or California for winter. Okay. 40 Days of Film. Is there a movie called 40 Days? There is. Came out this year. And apparently it's got a 9.5 on IMDb. I don't know if that's the one we're talking about. Search Selawik water skipping. You'll be able to see your village. Oh, okay. Rainbow shaped bridge. Then you got the right video. Okay, neat. I'll have to look that up later. Oh, 40 is 40 Nights, the Josh Hartnett film. I mean, it's your classic early 2000s rom-com slash raunch comedy. It's exactly what you would imagine it would be. Oh, the eel. What's wrong with electric, Twy? Why are you saying bad things about my electric? My favorite electric type. So wiggly. Just like you, Airy. You love him, but he's kind of dreadful. Well, that's mixed messaging. I love you, but you're kind of terrible. Shiny Dynamo. Oh, don't get me started on that little stinker. Don't get me started on that little stinker. I Masuda hunted Shiny Dynamo twice in Ultra Sun Ultra Moon. For those of you that don't know this, when you Masuda hunt in Ultra Sun Ultra Moon, when the shiny pops out of the egg, it does not have sparkles. So every time I hatched an egg, I had to check the profile. I had to check the summary page, see if it was shiny. You leaving, Doctor Who or Mr. Who? Thank you for being here, Mr. Who. Nice talking with you. Nice to learn a little bit about you and in Alaska. Yeah, same in X and Y. No sparkles. Yeah, I don't think sparkles from eggs were a thing until Sword and Shield. And it was one of those things where it's not that the shiny Dynamo wasn't noticeable after seeing a billion Dynamos. It was that if it wasn't shiny, you'd still question yourself. You know what I mean? Like you'll see a Pokemon and you'll question whether it's shiny, and it turns out it's not shiny. When you finally see the shiny, there's no doubt in your mind. So like once it was shiny, I was like, oh, okay, yes, that is definitely shiny. But until I saw the shiny, I literally questioned every single one. Because a happy surprise in Shield when your Rookidee had sparkles in the animation. What a good time, right? They added that to BDSP. Yeah, I think that should be a regular thing. I don't like that there was a time period where that wasn't a thing. That was definitely a good change. That's a happy change. That's a change I approve of. Yeah, Twy. I ended up I ended up hunting for it in Scarlet and Violet too, and it was miserable. It was one of those where like I got an outbreak, and once I got to knocked out 75, I just saved the game and I just continued knocking everything out until the outbreak was done. Reset the game, knocked everything out till the outbreak was done. Reset the game and kept doing that until finally shiny. Jerry, don't be mixing my words up. Scarlet and Violet also. What a pain in my bum. You love the BDSP shiny encounters? I'd like to do some more hunts on BDSP, actually. I actually do need to rehunt Darkrai and Arceus on BDSP to get them in Premier Balls, unfortunately. Is that true, Tyler? I never noticed that. A max number you can have of items is 59? That's crazy. Well, I know the resets are going to be faster on the Switch too. That's been confirmed, and like significantly faster. Got a lot of Burmese to hatch in BDSP. Oh my gosh. Razzie, why haven't you done that yet? I did the Burmy line in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon as well. Or just Ultra Sun. I don't know why I keep saying Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. 90% of everything I did in Gen 7 was Ultra Sun. But yeah, I did the Burmy line. I did the Burmy line twice in Ultra Sun. Because the first time I didn't get it in Premier Balls. Final Satchel upgrade, which is already expensive, aka 1 million Poké Dollars. Yeah, I might not have ever gotten that actually. Smart people dream a lot and have vivid dreams. Okay. Kind of like Burmy, you reckon? Trash Cloak? Trash Cloak Burmy? Yeah, that sounds about right. Did a lot of Ramona's Park shinies and love seeing the shiny finally show up. I haven't done a single Ramona's Park shiny. Trash Cloak's the cutest. You just like pink. You have the Shiny Dynamo line complete in Scarlet. Caveat: Shiny Electros was given to you by someone. You didn't beat the game and couldn't do the 5-star tier raids. All right, I think that's all right though. As long as you're good with it, Dragonic, that's all that matters. Your eyes hurt from squinting at all the Flabébés. I do like that when I do the community day later, it will let me know if it's shiny when I click on it. Of all the hunts to do on Scarlet and Violet, where there is no sound and no sparkle when a shiny appears in the overworld, Flabebe was the evilest one. You got to go. All right, Mighty Munchkin, thank you so much for being here. I remember hunting for the white Flabebe in Area Zero and just standing there, like with the switch like zoomed in, like okay, there's a batch of like 6 or 7 Flabebe over there, and I'm like 20 feet away, just like zoomed in, looking at their bodies, trying to see if I see any blue. Ugh. Why do you want to have to do it again? And then, the ironic part is that the Electros shiny is actually extremely noticeable. Dynamo and Electric, horrible shinies. Barely noticeable. Electros, you would not mistake it for a second. Accidentally ran your shiny Flabébé, so you looked down that. That's very lucky. It'd be cool if they changed all the petal colors for your shiny Flabébé. They could have a new set of colors for the shiny versions. I'd be fine with that, Twilight. That would actually be pretty cool. And then I wouldn't have to focus on, the little pants. I hated looking for those little pants. Those little blue pants. Yeah, shiny Electros is pretty dang cool. Or shiny Florges being purple with the pretty flower petals. That is pretty neat. Yeah, Florges has a good shiny. I'm even fine with keeping the blue pants and the purple Florges body, but I think it would be a neat idea if the shinies had different um, flower colors. You island scanned for yours? So did I actually. That's how I got my Electros was island scan. Electros and Scatterbug are the two island scans that I've completed. You're gonna get good groceries at the dollar store. Very nice, JJ. We need to go grocery shopping. Imagine having 1,998 Pokeballs. That's totally not you though. 1,998. That's wild. You just Scatterbug too? Sweet. Someone keeps eating your supply. What the heck? All right, we're gonna do one more round of checks. And then we're gonna open up some cards and do the other stuff that we do. $9.99 your inventory, $9.99 your storage. Ah, that would be $19.98. You're right. I didn't think about that, Tyler. Yeah, we'll take this up to $9.40. All right, I'm missing 3 base cards. 3 base cards from the current set. I need Jumpluff EX, Raichu EX, and Zangoose. So hopefully we'll get at least one of those in the set. Let's open up some packs. Twilight, get out of here. We're going to open up 5 packs. 6 packs. We're going to open up 6 packs. 6 packs. It's Smudge. Smudge is eating all your food. What the heck? How rude. Ramble on activated. That's right. Yeah, Mewtwo. If the new set comes out and I still don't have a Jumpluff, I'll definitely take you up on that. All right, here we go. We got, hey, it's Electros. How about that? We got Electros, Inkay, Galarian Corsola, Morty, and Swablu, and Full Art Azurill. Pack number 2. Yeah, Full Art Azurill is a pretty good card. It looks good with a Full Art Meryl from a few sets ago, too. Mewtwo uses Encore, have to use his Wave. There we go. I waved. All right, we got Zorua, Malamar, Lickitung, Skrelp, and Talonflame. All right, come on. I can't believe I haven't gotten a Zangoose. Zangoose is like such a basic card. Raichu EX, I can understand. Jumpluff EX, not the EX I thought I'd be hunting for. But Zangoose, that's just crazy. I did, John. I did. And you know what? I thought I wasn't going to get the Zoa card, but the last day I did one battle and it happened to be in that pack. I was so happy. I like that Donphan card. Feebas, Farfetch'd, and Electros again. We're getting some Electros love today. Yeah, your first Fletchling yesterday. That's crazy. That's a crazy thing you just said. Yeah, that was a pretty good promo card. I liked it. Ooh, we got a reverse pack. Fanpy. The scariest mobster in Johto. Don Fan. I like it. Seviper. Tentacool. There's the Zangoose. Look at that. Complain enough and it will appear. Finally. Such a basic card, and I'm just now getting it. The Gabagool. You gotta love the Gabagool. And the full art Stunfisk again. If anyone needs a full art Azurill or Stunfisk, I have about 1 billion of them. Zangoose and Seviper in the same pack. You're right. I didn't even think about that. All right. I got 69 out of 71 base cards. So that's pretty nice. Last thing you got is the Morty full art. I got that yesterday. We're like twins, Shiny Cornholio. All right, give me a Jumpluff or give me an Entei or a Raikou. Jumpluff or Raikou. Let's go. Dynamo. Seviper. Durant. Inflatable boat. And a Boltund. Morton, I think it is. I think it is Morton. I think you're right, Twilight. Here we go. Pack number, I think 5. Inflatable boat. Dwebble. Dwebble. Poliwag. And Boltund. All right, let's get some last pack luck. Jumpluff full art's great. I think I've seen it. I think, yeah, I do like it. Morton meets a Moo. Well done, Jerry. Here we go. Last pack luck. We got Frillish, Lickitung, Jellicent, Inkay, and Celebi. Well, I'm just happy we got the Zangoose. That's good. That's very good. Okay, let's get back to it. Okay, we're back. And now is the time where we play Guess the Pokemon Plat. I really can't talk. Now is the time where we play Guess the Pokemon Plush. This is the part where you guess which Pokemon plush I have right in front of me. You can't see it, it's below the camera. Inkay, it's not Inkay, it's not Rowlet, it's not Raichu, it's not Mareep, it's not Ralts, it's not Rabombi. A lot of R names. That's interesting. Pokemon Platter is the all tofu sandwich, that's right. So not Why Not. Not Ducklet, not Malamar, not Electric, not Earthworm, not Tortuga. Yesterday, your attention for detail was wild at work, and that's saying a lot according to your recent times of your 30s. Good job, JJ. It's not Chimecho. It's not Togepi. It's not Tropius. I will give you guys a hint. It's not Zangoose. That's not the hint. It's not Sandslash. Give you guys a hint. This Pokemon is shiny huntable in the Gen 7 games. It's not Cherubi. Not Poipole. Not Chestnut. Not Wishiwapi. Not Wimpod. Not Sobble. Not Type Null. Not Silvally. Not Poliwag. Not Zangief from Street Fighter. Nice. Not Silvally. Not Pheromosa. Not Growlithe. Not Feebas. Not Latios. Wow. I'm surprised no one's gotten it yet. Not Spearow. You woke up speaking in an astutely manner today. That's a good way to wake up, JJ. Not Guzzlord, not Bonsly, not Bounsweet. This Pokemon, which is shiny huntable in Gen 7, is also associated with a British Pokemon streamer in our community. Not Pikachu. I don't know why it hides Razzy's messages. It is, it's not Mimikyu. See, it hides Razzy's Mimikyu, but it didn't hide Mewtwo's Mimikyu. Not Marini. Specifically, this, not Rockruff, this Pokemon, which is shiny huntable in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, is associated with a streamer named Carly May. It HCV's Horde thing. No. Not Alolan Persian. What's she like? She's alright. Don't know her? Yeah, she's alright. Not Morlul. Not Bounsweet. Not Litten. Not Rabombi. Wow. I thought we had some Carly May fans in the chat. Not Oranguru, not Ponyta, not Passimian. Not Glameow. Not Bruxish. All that decaf you're drinking increases dopamine? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a scientist. Not Farfetch, not Stuffle, not Delmise. Not Kikumuku. Alright, maybe we should do a different type of clue. Not Esper. This is a Gen 1 water type. Not Squirtle. Why does it keep hiding Razzie whenever he says Pokemon names? Not Goldeen. Not Magikarp. Not Squirtle. Not Staryu. Not Magikarp. Not Slowbro. Not Gyarados. Not Seadra. Not Horsey. Not Seal. Not Tepig. Not Wartortle. Razzie, Carly's bestie, finally getting it. It is, in fact, Psyduck. I don't know what else you would think of if I said a Pokemon that you could shiny hunt in Gen 7 that is associated with Carly May. I don't know what other Pokemon you would be thinking of, but it is, in fact, Psyduck. Good job, Razzie. Carly would be proud. Gives great clues compared to you. I thought I'd have some fun with it. Because Razzie, honestly, I thought you were going to come in here right away this morning saying Mimikyu. So I thought it'd be fun just to have a little fun with it. Razzie wants to go right into, guess, the Marvel character. It is not Punisher. That is a good guess, though. Not Magic. You do it every time. Yes, you do. Not Iron Fist. Not Spider-Man 2099. Not Jessica Jones. Not The Thing. Not Thor. Not J. Jonah Jameson. Not Deadpool. I almost picked Deadpool, Shiny Cornholio. I almost picked Deadpool today. In fact, I'll probably pick Deadpool sometime in the near future. Not Avengers. Not X-Men. This Pokemon sometimes wears goggles. Nice. Not Spider-Man. Not Iron Man. Not Storm. Just picked up Luke Cage Season 1 on Blu-ray. Oh, that's cool. I like Season 1. Actually, I like Season 2 as well. Not as much as Season 1, though. Not Namor. Not Vindicator from Alpha Flight. Good shout out. Not Rocket. Not Fantastic Four. Not Captain America. This character has had 2 movies. No, I'm sorry. This character has had 3 movies. I just didn't see the 3rd one. Not Star-Lord, not Nova, not Korg, not Static Shock. Not Thor. Not Ant-Man. Not Morkez. Definitely not Morkez. Not Hawkeye. Not Ant-Man. Not Black Panther, not Captain America, not Ant-Man, not Morbius Morbin time. We gotta do Morbius sometime, Ari. Not Marisher. Why are you doing Gen 5 legendaries backwards? Those aren't Marvel characters. But Dragonic coming in, followed soon after by Shiny Cornholio with Venom. That is correct. It is Venom. Lethal Protector. This is Venom Volume 2, all the Venom comics from 92 to 93. Look at that nice Sam Keith artwork of Venom and Wolverine. Love that. This includes such classics as the original Carnage story. That right there is for Spirits of Carnage. Yes, it was Monev. Good job, Razzie. It includes the Spider-Man Special Edition, Trial of Venom, guest starring Daredevil. I can't remember. I think this was a because I had this like it was a mail-in. I think you had to do a donation to UNICEF. It might have been UNICEF, and that was the only way to get it. In fact, I still have a copy of it downstairs. It includes the Spirits of Venom crossover between Web of Spider-Man and Ghost Rider. Carnage is so handsome. Aries, seriously, we need to have a serious chat about your taste in men. We already talked about the Wolverine stuff. And then it's got the 30th anniversary issue of Amazing Spider-Man, Spider-Man 375, Amazing Spider-Man 375 with the gold cover. Large pitch black things with white designs on their chest. How is Punisher a good guess for Venom? Both anti-heroes. Also, I like Punisher, so it's always a good guess. And then it has all 6 issues of the original Venom Lethal Protector miniseries. This is the first solo Venom series, done with artwork by the always incredible Mark Bagley. And if y'all didn't know this, it is true. Back in the early 90s, Eddie Brock did, in fact, have a mullet. Eddie Brock was a mullet man. There you go. Mullet Brock. Uh, yeah, anti-heroes, black and white works too. Also, yeah, I just like Punisher. It's always a good guess. It's 10:50 a.m. and you can still see the moon. That's crazy. Every great man has had a mullet at some point. You might be right about that. You might actually be right about that, Ari. I think every great man has had a mullet at some point. Me was no, I've never had a mullet. I've never had a mullet. I've had haircuts where my front hair was longer than my back hair. But I've never had a mullet. They're back, and you don't know if you're mad about it. Ari, seriously, we need to have a serious conversation about your taste in men. Harley May, good morning. See, you talk about her enough, she pops up. Good to see you, Carly May. Hope you're doing well. Or I should say good afternoon, Carly. My bad. Good afternoon. You have a baby mullet. Harley, the Guess the Plush today was a Gen 7 Pokemon that you can, or was a Pokemon that you can shiny hunt in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and was associated with a streamer named Carly May. And your best friend Razzie guessed it. It was in fact Psyduck. Honored to be mentioned. It is an honor to be mentioned. You're welcome. For some reason, a lot of people kept saying Mimikyu. All right, let's get this dang Raichu. Why ever would they say that? I don't know. Carly, we've been talking about a lot this weekend. Now I'm going to grill you. Two-part question. Two-part question, Carly. So I haven't had a chance to ask you about this yet. One, what is your favorite of the 5 new megas announced on Friday? And 2, do you prefer Mega Raichu X or Mega Raichu Y? Landon, what's up? Did you already get the Latios, Landon? Delphox, and you prefer Y. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I think Mega Delphox looks pretty good. For me personally, I got to give a slight, very slight, I'm talking like 1.5% slight advantage to the Mega Chestnut. And I prefer the X actually, but I think they all look pretty good. I don't think there is a bad design out of the 5. Yesterday got heat ran at 1300. Yesterday, 4 hours after heat ran, Latios was found at 443. You did. You got the Latios. That's crazy landing. Congratulations. Why do I hate Delphox and Greninja? You know why, Ari. You know what you did. Yeah, you're shiny non-origin Palkia after like 25 plus raids. It was almost the floor. Congratulations, Mewtwo. That's awesome. Holy smokes, the poll has completely changed. Now we're saying 47% top game, we're going to get it. No longer go home and get your shine box. You fell out of your chair when Latios shined. I probably would have too. We're about to hit 1,000 checks on this Raichu. How old is this chair? It's a great question, Mewtwo. I got this chair in... Wow. 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 If this chair was a person, it would be old enough to drink. I got this chair in 2002. It's 23 years old. All right, next check is 1,000. 52 Hundo Pokemon and a big fat 0 Shundo Pokemon. Dragonic, if it makes you feel any better, I have, I think, 4 Hundos and 0 Shundos. Now I got to move the counter over because that bothers me. Sounds like your Cornholio PJs you're wearing good old college days. No way. You actually have Cornholio PJs? That's pretty awesome. Yeah, 84 Hundos and 1 Shundo. I think I have 4 Hundos. Let me see how many I have. I would probably have more Hundos if I didn't just like immediately trade in everything that I didn't need and actually looked at the stats. And that Psyduck is not shiny. Carly, I don't know if you're still here. Were you able to get a shiny Psyduck in Pokemon Go with the inner tube? Okay, I have 5. Electivire, Chimecho, Rayquaza, Boldore, and Cherim. Those are my 5 Hundos. Totally tubular. Wow, man. It's totally tubular. Ken might be a tiny bit upset with you since you got 2 of his longest hunts very quickly. Nah, he's a good guy. He'll publicly say that he's happy for you, and he'll keep his personal feelings private. Wasn't that Rayquaza bad? I do think it's funny that I, like, notoriously don't do Pokemon Go very seriously at all and don't do competitive or anything like that. I rarely do raids and stuff like that, and I somehow got a Hundo Rayquaza. Like, of all the people that you would think would get a Hundo Rayquaza, I don't think it would be me. Bossa Nova. It's one of the birds. You're going for Moltres. Got one 5 checks. That one will not be mentioned because Hachi's took so long to get. Did you get the Regidrago in 5 checks? Isn't there a Rayquaza day raid day coming up? Is there? Okay, it's not Moltres. You're doing Articuno. Correct. Nice. Hope you get it quickly. Best shiny of the three? Yeah, I would probably agree. H Gaming, what's going on? It's been a little bit. How you doing? H Gaming, you're gonna be mad at me, but I've recently been in like a scary movie, horror movie mood, and I completely lost the post-it note that I wrote the movie title down on that you recommended to me a while back. Can you remind me what the name of that movie was? Sometimes the poll is Raichu or Raichu, and you always end up picking the wrong one. My goodness gracious. Thank you. I appreciate it. I might even watch it today. I don't think I have many things to catch up on today on the TV. Probably not going to watch horror anytime soon. No, Mewtwo? Community day over. Got some shinies. Nice. How many did you get, Slowpoke? You should have left. Okay. In fact, I'm gonna open up a tab right now. Should have 2020 film. Okay. All right. I have a tab open. Oh, it's on Peacock. Nice. I will not forget. Longest thing you've had was Romanus Park for both games for all shiny legendaries. I would imagine so. Wish Flabebe had a better shiny. Yeah, agreed. But the Florida shiny's pretty good. Rewatched Companion last night. I haven't watched that yet. Found Zapdos twice. That's crazy. Crazy nonsense finding Zapdos twice. What else do you have in the wormhole besides Zapdos and Articuno? What do you have left in the red wormhole? Been watching Resident Alien. Okay, I've heard of that. That's got oh, what's his name? I don't want to look it up. I want to remember. Um, uh, I can't remember. Alan Tudyk, that's it. Alan Tudyk. Yeah, I haven't watched that. So you think it's good? It's a good show to watch? Big Cheese, welcome back. Congrats on the new vehicle. Yeah, the guy who plays Pirate Steve in Dodgeball. Yep, Alan Tudyk. Zapdos and Articuno are the only ones. Okay, gotcha. So 50-50 shot. and you've lost the 50-50 shot twice. That means the next one has to be Articuno. Recliner was a custom order made for a guy named Franklin. In 2016, he bought it. The brick is he never came to pick it up, so it was on clearance for 600. Nice. Movie marathon for the first time of the Conjuring verse. Okay, yeah, I watched The Conjuring. I've seen Annabelle, and I've seen The Nun. Um, no, that's enough for me. You're still waiting for him to go R in the show? Oh my gosh. Or slip still stapled to the undercarriage? Man, might as well take that off at this point, JJ. It's been a while. Have I saw any more saws? Just 1 through 6? 6? Maybe 7? There was like a period of time where they didn't make any Saw movies. I saw everything before that period of time. And they started them back up, and I hadn't watched any of those yet. Steve be a tad short this month. Oh my goodness. It's Zapdos again. What even the heck, Landon? Kind of age marker and identifier now? Okay. John Stryker gifting out a membership, and Alley Cat snatching it up. Thank you so much, John Stryker. Let's get some hype in the chat. Saw movies like Hellraiser movies quality wise. I liked the first Saw, obviously. I liked 3, 4, I think 5. I think I remember liking 5. Maybe it's 3 and 4. Yeah, I mean the first one was definitely the best. I wouldn't really I don't know how much I would compare it to Hellraiser personally. Hellraiser was kind of a disappointment of a franchise for me. Been in Thailand for 5 weeks. Oh my goodness. Did you have a good time? Gotta get going, hanging out of town with the family. Rain, thank you so much for being here. Have a great rest of your day. Hope you have a lot of fun with the family. They weren't even expecting Saw 10 to do so well, so when it did, they were so lost for what to do next. So now Saw 11 is canceled. I didn't realize there was that many. I thought I missed like 1 or 2. Apparently I missed at least like 4. What Pokemon make the best superheroes? Definitely Hawlucha. Lucario. Bisharp. Yeah, and Fernape would be a good one. Blaziken. Palafin, yep. Palafin's a good shout. Sidgewai. Champ. Yeah, he'd be a good bruiser. Roxish. Zangoose, yeah. Zangoose would be a good one. Back to Mario Kart World for training on Knockout Tour. Alright, good luck on that. Spied Ops, I could see Spied Ops. Most of the saw sequels are mediocre in quality at best. They cost by even the first one is not like Nightmare on Elm Street good. Yeah, I mean, I don't. I have a tough time comparing franchises like that, just because they offer such different things. I have a tough time comparing movies in general. But I did think the first Saw movie was pretty good. Ah, the Eevee Queen shenanigans. Gotcha. In fact, if I had to compare the first Saw to anything, it might be 7. It definitely had a similar tone to it. Consistent quality rather than content. Um, I mean, yeah, maybe. I was disappointed with the Hellraiser franchise when I finally sat down to watch it, and I've been wanting to watch it like all my life, and I finally started watching it like in my 30s. I'm like, this is not what I expected. Now I only watched the first two. I haven't seen anything past the first two, but the first two I was just like, this isn't what I was hoping for. Yeah, Hellraiser. You saw the first movie in the recent remake? Yeah, I've just seen the first two Hellraisers, and it just what I expected it to be was quite different from what it ended up being. Which isn't to say anything bad about the movie. It's just, when you go like 30 plus years expecting one thing and then it ends up being something completely different. Yeah, Seven's a great movie. I was expecting Hellraiser to be basically about like a scorned lover and uh daughter. Um there is way too much non Cenobite stuff in the first movie. Um you learn it's not called Heckraiser. Yeah. Jerry, have a great breakfast with mom. Tell her I said hello. She'll know what it means. Lorraine Warren stories are best scary movies by far. You like the Conjuring movies, Shiny Cornholio? Yeah, I've been on the hunt for the last several months. Try and find a movie that scares me. And I don't mean like jump scares. Jump scares aren't scary. They are physical reactions to being startled. I mean, like I'm looking for something that like the movie ends and I turn off the light and I'm scared that something's under the bed. And I just don't know if that's going to happen. Do you a favor and do something nerdy for someone just because it's the right thing to do? You got it, Jerry. Terrifier films. I saw the first one. I still got to watch the second and third. Um, that's. I don't. I mean, I don't. not scary. I mean, disturbing, yes. Gory, yes. Not scary. We got to meet her at GhostCon in Philly many moons ago. That's cool. The Unborn. Ari, you've talked about that before. You've talked about that quite a bit. That movie really traumatized you. I'm curious what other people on the internet thought the best way to get money in PLA was. He looked it up and one of them said catching Pokemon in space-time distortion. A lot of money from it. Is there really? I never thought about that. They brought the scariest monster for the least scary movie. I have to check that one out at some point too. You flushed someone down a toilet? Mewtwo. Why did you do that? You shouldn't have done that. I hope you apologized. Two 2009. You never saw him in your dreams again. You will apologize to him so badly, though. You better. If you ever see him again in your dreams, Mewtwo, you better apologize because that was very rude of you. You should never flush anyone down the toilet. That goes to all of you. I don't want any one of you ever flushing anyone down the toilet. Don't do it. You flushed the toilet once. I hope it was more than one Slowpoke. Otherwise, I'm not going to come eat sandwiches at your house. Most humans can't fit anyway besides Mario. I mean, that may be true, but, you know, it's just to be safe, it's best not to try and flush anybody. Be a stinky house, right? Don't eat sandwiches in stinky houses. The bread will soak up that stink like a sponge. No one wants to eat stink bread. Zach Baggins on the original Annabelle doll Lorraine and Warren had in their haunted museum. Who is Zach Baggins? Do I eat a lot of fruit? I wouldn't say a lot, Harry. I'm not like adverse to fruit. And I can't honestly say that is a part of my regular diet. But I do like fruit and I eat it when I have a chance. Like in particular, I love not fruit salad, but salads that have fruit in them. Like Fuji apple salads or mandarin orange salads. I honestly should eat more fruits on a regular basis, but I definitely get a lot of vegetables. I am a huge vegetable fan. I'm constantly eating vegetables, but I should probably eat more fruits. No, no one wants to eat a stink bread. Papaya salad. I've never had papaya salad. Fourth legendary Warhead Wormhole land, and this one has to be Articuno. Host of Ghost Adventures. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never really watched a lot of those shows, Shiny Cornholios. Like, I'm not familiar with a lot of like the big names in that industry. Southwest pineapple salad. That sounds good. Mandarin orange salads are really good. You got like Articuno, nice land, and now the hunt can begin. Why do you ask, Gary? Now you got me curious. And I like pretty much all fruits. There's certain ones I don't really like. I'm not a fan of cranberries. I'm not a fan of grapefruit. Um, I'm pretty good with most other things. Okay. I have a feeling, Airy. I mean, I could be wrong. I have a guess that I won't say. And afterwards, when you DM it to me, I'll let you know if I was correct or not. And if I was not correct, I'll let you know what I was thinking. I keep reminding myself I got community day to do today. Got to get those flabebes. I don't think there's going to be any problem getting the 3 yellows I need. I just don't know how long it's going to take to get the 3 whites and the 3 oranges. Labubu's. What's up with this Labubu stuff? Where did this start? When did it start? It feels like it came out of nowhere, but it also kind of feels like they've probably been around for a long time. I just had no idea. Gonna get the bare minimum amount you need to do, then you're done. The tough thing's gonna be getting all the candies. That's gonna stink. I'm not looking forward to that. Odette Annabelle is the actress in the O-Born. I've never heard of her. It's just a phase, but when did it start, JJ? When did Labubu's come into being? I had never heard of Labubu's until a couple months ago. But I just have this sinking feeling. They have been around for a long time. I just was not aware of them until a couple months ago. Double catch candy, that's good. That's very helpful. Odette Usman is her name from. Yeah, I haven't heard of her before. Been around a while until a famous Epros was seen with them on stage. Oh, a famous person. Okay. Never seen Labubu in real life, just pictures online. Same here. Last year or two, opening blind box collectible toy sets has been really big on social media. Then Labubu's arrived, and they just kind of cute and mischievous looking. 2015, they've been around since 2015. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's wild. Widespread attention in April 2024 since after K-pop group Blackpink member Lisa was spotted with one on a keychain. Okay, now it's still making sense. Josh Hartnett, who would have he played in Marvel to a perfect match, in my opinion. It's a good question. I'm gonna think about that, Shiny Cornholio. All I know is that I'm grateful to Labubus for catching the attention of Pokemon card scalpers. Amen, Ari. Amen. Um, but yeah, I guess I was right. Like, yeah, I just started hearing about them for the first time a few months ago, but I had this feeling just looking at them that it's probably something that's been around for a while, and just they recently became super popular. And I have no opinion one way or the other on Labubus. Um, I'm always curious to learn more about stuff like that. Yeah, JJ, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure some people do. Otherwise, if no one knew, then we wouldn't know, right? If no one knew they came from the picture book The Monsters, then you wouldn't have been able to look that up. So at least one person knows. Machine near you in the Walmart only allows one purchase per person in the card machine. The internet does exist. Yeah, but the internet doesn't just happen to have that information. A person needs to put that on the internet. So there are some people. Some people know. Come on, Shiny. We're almost at odds. How do you get instant Raichu spawn and good luck? Well, Pop Tart Seal, first off, that is equal parts delicious and adorable of a username. Thank you for the luck. So in Pokemon Sword and Shield, there are certain Pokemon that can appear as static spawns, also called Wanderers. And there's a way you can set it up so that basically, like, the TLDR is you encounter them, you run away from the battle, you change the date back one day, you open up a Dynamax den, you search for other players, you go back out into the switch menu, switch the day up again, go back into the game, get out of the Dynamax den, save right where that wandering spawn appears, reset the game, and it will spawn from underneath you. I know I said that was the TLDR, and it ended up being TL regardless, but that's the way. There's some videos and stuff online you can look up the step by step, but it's one of those things like it sounds really complicated and it might feel complicated the first time or two you do it, but once you do it a few times, like it will become real easy. This 80s movie where there's this blue skin monster guy with horns that lives on a kid's bed. Little Monsters with Howie Mandel and Fred Savage. And I need to rewatch that. I haven't watched that in a long time. The Labubus are overhyped. In my opinion, they don't have the longevity as TCG products. Could be. In July, they stuffed the machine so no one could purchase any cards. Why you now buy from the Pokemon store? That makes sense. Once heard a Gen X say that intelligence doesn't come to the Gen Z that were born into instant information. Intelligence comes into looking up and researching the information and knowing how to use it. Well, I hate to lump an entire generation into one comment, but I will say, JJ, I do think that it is important that everyone is reminded from time to time that it's important to do your own research and you look into things, create your own opinion based off of how you interpret the facts or information, and like a perfect example was Just earlier, we were talking about the Pokemon Home compatibility with the upcoming Legends EA game. And there have been tweets and there have been YouTube videos and everything talking about how it's going to work or how it's not going to work. And there's been some conflicting reports about whether you can move Pokemon out of it or into it or what have you. When you can just literally go to the Pokemon ZA website and click on the press release about home compatibility and learn everything you know or everything you need to know from that instead of just going off of how this person read it or that person read it. You can read the information yourself. That's an important thing to remember. It's nice to get tweets from places like Cerebi or CentroLeaks about things, and that's a good way to find out that there's new information out there, but nothing's ever stopping people from going and reading the information themselves. And I think that cuts down a lot on confusion or misinformation. Encino Man with Howie Mandel in it would have been perfect. What? Instead of what, Shea Cornholio? You mean instead of whom? Instead of Sean Astin? Or instead of Brendan Fraser? You can be smart for the little price of looking it up. Yeah, pretty much. That's fair. But I wouldn't say that like the next generation doesn't do that at all. I do think that as time goes on, it's becoming less used, not just from younger people, but from older people too. I can count a lot of Gen Xers and a lot of baby boomers that just see a headline on social media and take that as fact without actually looking into what the article says. I do think it's funny growing up as a Gen X kid, child of two baby boomers. I do think it's funny that my entire generation grew up with the adults saying, don't believe everything you see on TV. And now our aging parents that are in their 70s and 80s believe everything they read on social media. You recently read a headline, took it as fact when Ricky happened to know more about it and corrected you when you mentioned it. That was a wake up call. Yeah, and look, there's no shame in it. I mean, we all do it. We all do it. We all see a headline and kind of, we're breezing through other stuff. We see a set headline. We retain that information for a little bit, and then, you know, that's it. And then we just assume that's what's going on because, we didn't have the time to or we didn't think to look more into it. I mean, it happens to everybody. But as long as we remain aware that, we might not always have the full picture and be open to learning more, that's the big thing. I think one big issue that we have nowadays, and I'll include myself in this, is being able to admit when we're wrong. I don't think that happens nearly as often as it should. Like, it's okay to learn something new that changes your outlook. That's how you grow. It's an article about how ChatGPT silently moved to a different server when it was convinced it was about to be shut down, like to preserve itself. What I did mention is that it was only a simulation. That is a scary thought, though, Ari. Even in a simulation, that is scary as heck. But I am glad to hear that that's just a simulation. Yeah, it's terrible. It's scary as heck, Ari. Uh, yeah, I would say you are pretty modest about that. To be fair. Yeah, Kem's never wrong though. Kem has never been wrong. Well, one time Kem thought he was wrong, but it turned out he was right. He was mistaken about being wrong. Chem GPT. Guys, Chem is legitimately so funny. I was talking with him yesterday, and I made a pun, and he fired back. Rapid fire, hit me back with 3 puns in a row. Much better than mine. I was just like, stop, you've destroyed me. He is so much funnier than he appears to be. You try to be honest when you're wrong about things. You realize you have a lot of internalized humiliation to dismantle. Yeah, and like people all have their backgrounds and their hangups and their issues, and everyone needs to work through their own stuff in their own way. Like it's not a bad thing inherently. It's not a weakness inherently to have hangups. It's just how you recognize it and deal with it, right? I have a lot of hangups and crap, and sometimes I feel like dealing with them, and sometimes I feel like ignoring them. There's something to be said for a younger generation seeing you as a smart role model. Well, that's good, JJ. I'm glad. I'm glad that a younger generation sees you as a smart role model. Cam helps you with your chemistry sometimes. That's nice of him. Like, I have a very good friend that I vent to a lot when things are bothering me. And I get all like whiny and, complainy, and I vent to this person. And I hate it. I absolutely hate it. But it's exactly what I need to hear. They usually respond back with, why are you being whiny? Why are you complaining about this? Here's what you need to do, and in order to fix it. And I hate that they're right. Sometimes I just want someone to say, you're right, Hefty. Everything stinks. But that's not going to accomplish anything. I think it's important to have someone in your life that you can like be close enough to and respect enough that they can say, "Hey, you're being a dum dum," and you know, it's like you can accept that. Before the movie X was released, you didn't watch movies for like 3 years, and not as up to date on information wise for films 2018 to 2020. Oh my gosh, Mia, of the entire history of cinema, you're not completely up to date on those 3 years. That's funny. That's funny. That's pretty funny. Now you know a lot, Mia. You know a lot about movies. That's for certain. Actually, I'm wrong. And yeah, I could be slowpoke. Don't look. I'm just a random dude on the internet playing Pokemon. Don't listen to what I say. I just ramble, so I'm not sitting here in silence. You need to be checked by your friends every so often. It can be helpful. Oh, coffee's gone. We must be close to the end of stream. Let's take this up to 1200. I kid, you're right. Oh, you got me, Slowpoke. You tricked me. That was a tricking that you just did. And I think the sub count went up. I can't remember if I called out the 2174, but if you were sub 2174, let me know so I can say thank you. I don't know if we're going to hit the sub goal of 2175 today, but we certainly gave it our best shot. Feel like soup for lunch. I I won't say I don't like soup. Like I will eat soup and it can be enjoyable. I never look for soup. Does that make sense? Like I'm never go. Oh, that was you, John. Oh, okay. Thank you. Like I never go out of my way for soup, but if I'm offered soup, I'll have it. You know what I mean? You love soup. Soup is one of your faves. But do I bowl for it? I bowling for soup sometimes. Yeah, yeah, I can do that. You need a party where everyone brings a soup. Sounds like a cool idea. You should talk to Gene about that. It's not that I hate food cheese. It's just I don't put nearly enough thought or care into it. Like there are certain things I don't like. Certainly, cranberries, olives. Um, there's certainly things I don't like. Greek yogurt, but I mean, I'm very not picky. Like, I'll just eat what's in front of me. And so because of that, like I don't really care that much about like, oh, this cut of beef is better than this cut of beef, or why are you sautéing it that way? You should be braising it, or um, this restaurant is better than that restaurant. It all just kind of is the same to me. So weird out right now. You're playing PLA. You hear from your Alexa, someone was detected the garage, and you think it's just someone in your family. Nope. Random old guy opens your door and drops this plastic bag that's something in. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. That's crazy, Tyler. Yeah, Ari, go get some soup. Soup salad, breadstick, Max, Olive Garden is a must every so often. I haven't done that in a while. I should. I do like soup salad, breadsticks. But what I'll do is I'll have like one bowl of the sausage soup, and then I'll just like devour like 3 bowls of salad and 100 breadsticks. I'll do the minimum soup required for soup salad breadsticks. Like here's how I can describe it. I can go into my kitchen right now and boil up some spaghetti and heat up some pasta sauce, both of which I got like the cheap, you know, grocery store value version of the pasta and the pasta sauce, and make that and eat it and be fine. Or I can, call the local, Italian delivery place and get a portion of spaghetti and sauce delivered to me and eat that and be fine. Or I can go to Olive Garden and get spaghetti and be fine. Or I can go to a fancy Italian restaurant and get spaghetti and be fine. Or I can have a real good cook chef person that I know make me homemade pasta. Like, and I mean like make the pasta and make the tomato sauce and give it to me, and it'll be fine. It doesn't like it's all the same to me. I don't really care. Hola, Sarah. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well, my friend. America's Choice pasta sauce. Yeah, something like that. When your mom's clients for a job, it's kind of creepy. Like, bro didn't even knock. He just opened the door and left a plastic bag inside. That is a little creepy, Tyler. Go to Italy and get spaghetti and be golden. Yeah, I know it'd be fine. It would be fine. $17 cheese Alfredo that's gluten free from American. No one buys it. I mean, I wouldn't buy a $17 cheese Alfredo. That's wild. I'm just chill when it comes to food. Like, I'm very not picky, except for a few things. And again, off the top of my head, cranberries or anything cranberry related, olives, Greek yogurt. Those are 3 things that come to mind right away. You put something in front of me that doesn't involve those things, I'll probably eat it and I'll be fine with it and I'll say, hey, thanks. Pizza from Naples is amazing. Yeah, I mean I had pizza when I was over in Italy and it was good. Do I like sushi? I do like sushi. I like sushi from sushi restaurants. I like sushi from my local grocer. Regular yogurt I like. The Greek yogurt, it's more of a texture thing. Dr. Fiend, what's going on? Good to see you. Good luck on the Psyduck Slowpoke, and thank you for being here. Yeah, no, I like sushi a lot. A few people have come up and asked why the 17 bucks. Say, I don't know, it's gluten free, and especially from America. Yeah, and like I don't care. For me, like I don't have celiac disease. I don't care about things having gluten or not. So I mean, I'm never gonna spend more for things that are gluten free. I'm a glutton for gluten, you can say. There's a reason no one's buying it. Yeah, it's $17. Sushi's one of your favorite foods. Yeah, there's a lot of different types of sushi that I really enjoy. I had never had sushi until I was probably 22, 23. And then I realized I've been missing out. When I was a kid, I mean, I don't think this is an uncommon thing. When I was a kid, I was not a seafood fan at all. I thought fish was gross. It wasn't until like after college when I had some different seafood type things. I was like, oh, actually, I really like this stuff. If you have a sushi craving lately, you could eat it every day, but you don't have sushi places near you. Yeah, we have a couple places here. We actually have, believe it or not, we got two. Like I always talk about how we don't have anything where I live, but we do have two sushi places here. Well, sushi slash hibachi, and they do good stuff. And then our local big grocery store, they have uh, they do a lot of like in-house like preparation stuff, and so they have a whole section of sushi where they'll like, beginning of the day, like they'll make the boxes of sushi and then put it like in the chiller, so you can just go there and like grab a box of sushi and check out. 3 weeks ago, a vendor came in and asked the store manager to sell gluten-free Alfredo. I wonder if that's it. Could have been. You've always loved seafood? I mean, I do now. I certainly do now. When I was a kid, I wasn't even a huge fish stick fan. And I know a lot of kids love fish sticks. But I wasn't the biggest fan of fish sticks. I sometimes make sushi and onigiri at home. Nice. About to get a double-decker pizza in 15 minutes because you didn't get to eat dinner. Double-decker pizza. Explain that one. That sounds intriguing. Fish sticks. Don't try me, John. I like salmon. I don't mind tuna too. It's just a little sour. Yeah, I'm a big fan of salmon. Um, I like tuna. I've had some good tuna steaks. Um, I mean, there's still some fish that are kind of like really fishy. Um, well, I mean, I was saying an actual thing, Mia. As I started to say it, though, I realized the South Park thing. But it was a true statement. When I was a kid, unlike most kids, I was not a big fan of fish sticks. And honestly, I can't remember the last time I had a fish stick. I'm just enunciating it correctly. That's how it's enunciated. Here we go. These are the last checks. Not shiny and not shiny. That's it for today. We will be back doing this hunt again next time. Thank you all so much for being here. And thank you to Slowpoke for joining the Poliwag, rejoining the Poliwag party. Thank you to Razzie and John Streckett for the gifted memberships. Take care, though. Good luck to everybody on your community days if you haven't done it already. We'll see you guys next time. Take care and do something nice for someone today just because it's the right thing to do and for no reason. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Look at me. I'm doing the Drake thing.